You will win the war and not the battle. You don't never need to win another battle. Win the war. What's the war? My son's getting married. What's the war? Have enough money for create jobs for my kids. That's the war. What they do with the money, that's their battle. That's not my battle no more. You spend it wisely, that's on you. You blow it, that's on you. Take care of my wife, get her to California. That's the war. The battle is what the house looked like on the inside. That's not my fight. Whatever you want in there, have it. That's up to you. Just if I can get one room where I can put all my football helmets, all the places I spoke, all the paraphernalia, jerseys, signed jersey, I just need one wall, you can have the rest of the house. Why? Because I'd rather for you to have it the way you want it and have a marriage than to have all the rooms look like I have and be by myself. We all have 24 hours, all right? What makes some of us average, makes some of us good, some are great, is not the family you was born into, right? It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with your socioeconomic status. It has everything to do with how you command your life. So if you have a bad day, which is no such thing of, it doesn't exist, you had a bad moment and you were so immature that you let that moment dictate the rest of your day, right? And y'all not kids no more. I don't do elementary school. Right? I don't do elementary school because they really, a fifth grader, if I'm talking to a third grader, fourth grader, fifth grader, kindergartner, I don't care what I tell them, they're not at a place of maturity where they can switch their mindset. They're kids, you grown. And some of you are grown, but you're still a child. And you brag about how you're an adult. You're only an adult because of your age. You're not an adult because you command your life. You're an adult because of your age. And that's not what makes adulthood. You're not an adult because you are 18 years old, you 25, 26. If you still kept catching temper tantrum, you still getting attitudes, that means you're not an adult in that area. That means that particular area controls you, right? You almost got into a car accident over with. Car accident been over with 10 hours ago, you still pissed about it. Or you done got into it with your friend. That happened 2 days ago and y'all still not talking. That's immaturity, right? And let me tell you something. You don't know how many days you have. Like, I'm just gonna keep it 100. You don't know how many days you have left. You don't want to be wasting days. Like you're not God. Like you don't create. You can't wake yourself up. You don't know how many days you have left. You can't be playing with the days you have on foolishness. So you have to learn how to control yourself. Right? And so y'all know my circumstances. I'm not here because I'm sweet. I'm here because one day I was like, yo, you need to get a control of this, bro. You need to get control of your life. You do not have control. You watching doggone TV playing video games and you should be out here grinding. So there are people all the day, people are ET. Bro, you do not want to be me. You're not ready for this grind, bro. Some of you can show up when you're at home, when you go on the road, you struggle. Meaning that when things are going the way you want, you cool, but when it rains, you got to grow up. Your body does not control you. If I got to get up early in the morning to get the money, I'm a morning person. If I got to go play somebody in their hometown and they got home court advantage, I'm about to come bring the heat. Like, listen to me, like you got to stop playing. So most of you, what happens is when everything is favorable, you a beast. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. When everything is favorable, meaning like whatever conditions you like, when those conditions are right, you a beast. But when the conditions ain't right, you get smacked in the face. You gotta grow up. You gotta be a morning person, afternoon person, night person. You gotta be at home person, on the road person. You got to be when you feel good person, when you sick person, when you tired person. I took it offensive. My man looked at me, you tired. I'm like, bro, have you lost your mind? I'm about to kill it. I had to do back-to-back speeches. 4 o'clock to 5, then they wanted me to wait till 8 to start again. I had to sit there for 3 hours and wait and like, let's go. Each one of us, the things that you don't have control over is the things that's keeping you from being sweet. And at what point are you going to fight against that nature in you that you know? So if I was to ask most of you, you already know what your challenge is. You ain't dumb. You know what it is. You just don't fight it. And I'm challenging you to fight it. And the only reason you're having a bad day is because of what you're thinking about. Now, I read something that said that the human brain is phenomenal and it can think like of 1,000,000 and something different things, right? It's explosive. But the one thing it cannot do is it cannot think of two ideas at the exact same time. It does not have the capacity to think of two things at once. Now, it has the capacity in an hour to think about a whole bunch of stuff, but at one particular moment, it cannot think about more than one thing. So if you're having a bad day or having a bad moment, it means you're probably focusing on what? Whatever that bad thing is, that's what you're focusing on. That's why your life messed up, because you focus on the stuff that's wrong. You're not putting the same energy on what's right. And it's just weird how we are as humans. We notice the bad and we talk about the bad, but we don't notice the good and talk about the good. We don't harp on the good. And that's what you do wrong. You focus so much on the negative that you forget all the positive. And then when you do think about the positive, you're not putting the energy in the positive like you put in the negative. So it's no secret. You are where you are because you focus on stuff you ain't got no business focusing on. Those of you who know anything about basketball in the United States, there was a guy once named Michael Jordan. And when Michael Jordan, at the end of the year, he would win what's called the shooting contest. And so throughout the whole year, he might have averaged 32 points. He had the most points of any other basketball player as it relates to points in the game. You paid close attention, the guy that was in second place might have averaged 30 points, and the guy under him might have averaged 29 points. Listen to me, this is important. But because Michael Jordan scored 32, he made millions more than everybody else because he was the top as it relates to scoring. For those of us who know about the game of basketball in America, for each shot is worth 2 points. So in actuality, Michael Jordan only scored one more, possibly, and I don't think he did, 2 more baskets a game than the average person, but this guy was a millionaire and made more money than anybody else because of one shot. I need you to understand this. He was known around the world as one of the most popular athletes in the world, has made more money hand over foot than any athlete in the world. Why? Not because he made 10 more shots. Not because he made 5 more shots. The guy only made 1 or 2 more shots a game over the course of his career than everybody else. And he's better, makes more money, lived a better life than everybody because he sacrificed enough to get those 1 or 2 shots. And I'm telling you, you're not where you want to be financially, and it's not going to take 20 shots. You're not where you want to be in your marriage, and it's not going to take 20 shots. You are not where you want to be in your personal life. You are not the person you want to be, and it's not going to take you 20 shots. For some of you, it's 1 more shot. For some of you, it's 2 more shots, and you have not given yourself enough credit to say, I just need to get up a half hour earlier, and my whole life will change. I just need to get up 1 hour early. I just need to work 1 hour longer. You stop hitting that snooze button. If you were to make that one change, that one sacrifice, you would stop dreaming and start living it. It is literally at the darkest moment, right, when it dawns. You don't really even get to the next level to your darkest moments. One of the things that I think is important is that a lot of you young people, you go in this route and you like, I don't see it. You're not supposed to see it. Like, you're supposed to stay focused on what you focus on. And when you get to where you get to, you'll understand why you were doing this in the first place. It is literally at the darkest moment. So that's why I'm saying, stop tripping when it get dark and you running. You're running from your success. I never quit because I realized, like, why would you do something for 10 years, then quit? Why would you do something for 11 years, then quit? So for a lot of you, if you was gonna quit, you should have quit when you put your first grand in it. You like 20,000 deep now. You like 9,800 hours deep into it. It only takes 10,000 hours. It is not the darkest moment that's the problem. You the problem. And your perspective is the problem. You thought you was just gonna have a dream and a goal, and you was just gonna wake up and just walk into the sunset. You're like, dream, boom. It don't work like that. You have a dream, and then life punks you. Life punks you and say, do you really want this? I'm gonna give your wife MS. Do you really want this? 5 of your aunts gonna die of cancer. Do you really want this? You gonna lose friends. Do you really want this? Your mama gonna be pissed when you write the book about your family. Do you really want this? Do you really want this? Cousins gonna abandon you. People that you used to be like this with gonna think you bougie and don't wanna deal with you. It's a part of it, but I paid too much. If I was gonna quit, I would have quit in the abandoned building when I wanted to commit suicide and take my life. And I don't talk about that because I don't want to give nobody ideas. I should have quit when I heard my voice say, your mama don't want you, your own daddy don't want you, take your life. I got through that. So why I'm gonna quit over a grade, an F on a grade? Why would I quit because I didn't do well on the master's degree? Come on. And so I'm telling y'all, you have come too far to quit now. You have invested too much to quit now. You have lost too much to quit now. Get a reward for your pain. Don't cry about it. Don't whine about it. Get a reward for it. And guess what? People rock with me because I know what you've been through and I didn't quit. I know what you've been through and I didn't stop. I know what you've been through and I didn't whine. You know what I did? I got my reward for it. And not only did I get a reward for it, my wife got a reward for it. My kids got a reward for it. They're gonna live a different life because of what I went through. And had I quit, I would have been just like my father who left me with nothing. I'd have been just like my grandfather who quit. So I've been in circles and in families and environments where people take L's. I don't take L's no more. I want you to read this one. You're already in a space that gives you permission to lead. When you come in this world, you got a child, I don't care what that child, you are already in a position to lead. You a teacher, you already in a position to lead. You a pastor, you a neighbor, you live in a neighborhood, you got permission to lead. You ain't got to ask nobody permission. As soon as you come in here, you become an adult, you have permission to lead. Does that make sense? You have permission. All right, so I just want to give you 2 more. All right, number 1, I grew up the day I realized you owe you, Eric. I remember being homeless, high school dropout. My daddy didn't. My mama got pregnant at 17, south side of Chicago. If they just would have got together and got married, my father hadn't, and one day God was like, how long you 20 now, how long you gonna keep talking about your daddy? You're 20. Come on, how long you gonna be talking about your mama got pregnant at 17? You're 20. You owe you, Eric. You owe you. Your mama don't owe you nothing at this point. Your daddy don't owe you nothing at this point. You need to get that GED. You need to go to college. You need to handle your business. You got this young lady in your life. You need to get her and then try not to lose her. You know what I'm talking about. I bless you, don't mess this up. You done mess everything else up. Don't mess this one up. Are you hearing me? You owe you. So if you're in this room and you over 12, you owe you. Your mama may not know how to do the math that they doing in school now. It's the new math. Wasn't raised with that. Don't come home talking me crazy because I don't know how to do that math. It's new math. You owe you to figure it out. You owe you to stay after. Let me tell y'all something. I promise y'all, I thought my daughter was academically brilliant. I thought that's my little princess. She getting great grades. I thought she was in high school. I put her in a special program for the SAT. My man was like, bro, I got bad news. I was like, what's the bad news, bro? He's like, bro, she has a deficiency in math and science. She ain't gonna score no more than 17 on this thing. I don't care how hard she try. I'm like, bro, you lying. Go look at her report card. It's not possible. She always get good grades. Call the school, you know what I'm saying? I'm irate. Call the school, lightweight embarrassed because of all my degrees in education. I ain't catch it. Come to find out she did have a deficiency, but the reason why her grades was always great, because she would go to school early and meet the teacher before the teacher got there. Or she would meet the teacher at lunch. Or she would meet the teacher after school and do the test a couple times. She realized I owe me. She said, Daddy, I ain't got no deficiency. I just got to do it 2 times. Everybody else just do it once. I ain't got no deficiency. I'm just going to do it 3 times. I ain't got no deficiency. All right. So here's what we want you to do. I want you to use your authentic voice. Write this stuff down. Here's the first thing you need to do. Here's when I became a leader. When I wrote the vision and I made it plain. What you want to do with your life, E? What you want to do with your life, E? Huh? What you want to do? My confidence went to another level when I started to get clarity about my life. When you look at King, when you look at Garvey, when you look at family, when you look at Rosa Parks, what you see is confidence. You see people who are clear on what they want for themselves and what they want for their people. So we're going to do confidence before we leave, because it's a big challenge kids have. I want you to be your authentic self. Let me say this to you. I promise you, you are never going to be dope trying to be somebody else. The reason why I blew up in motivational speaking, because I don't look like Tony Robbins. I never even tried to be my man. Zig Ziglar, love Zig to life. Never try to be Zig. I came out with the baseball cap. I came out with the sweatpants. I came out with the J's. I said, what y'all want? Y'all want a dress code or y'all want this heat? What y'all want? I'm just saying, I'm keeping it 1,000. I'm from Detroit. We blue collar. I'm not white collar. I ain't grew up white collar. My people went to work, they had on boots. Ain't nobody wearing no shirt and tie to the plant. I'm blue collar, but I got this work. What you want? You want your sales to go up? You want your people to come in this room and get the mindset when they go back, they take your company to an extra 3-5 million in about a week or 2. I'm your guy for that. If you're looking for dress clothes, I ain't the one. But if you're trying to change the bottom line and you want to move the needle economically, you want your people to work in a way they've never worked before, you want to pull something out of them that you ain't been able to pull out of them, I'm your guy. Don't trip on the money. That little money you paying me, you're going to get a 90% return on that money. I'm gonna give you a ROI. What we want? We dressing up or we trying to move the needle? What you want? So let's look past all of this. Because as a matter of fact, when I go in, it looks funny to you, but the people in the room, it's gonna be attractive to them. When you walk in with the shirt and the tie, average kid where I come from, he gonna look at you when you walk in with a shirt and tie, he gonna cut you off. Because he gonna say, you don't relate to me. You don't know what I've been through. I got a shirt and tie too, but I got this PhD. Let's not play games. I'm trained, and I'm trained in your schools, and I'm trained. Michigan State was #1 in education for 20 years. What you want? Young people, confidence. When you lack confidence, it just means you're not taking care of yourself. That's what a lack of confidence is. It means you're not building yourself. It means you're not taking care of what you need. It means you dropping the ball in your own life. Confidence is nothing more than doing what you said you was gonna do when you said you was gonna do it. Confidence don't have nothing to do with other humans. Confidence is how you feel about yourself. And you feel bad about yourself because you're not doing what you said you was going to do. So it starts with #1, write the vision. What do you want?